Hey, my friends, Derek from Bomb Socks with more Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ one bite at a time. So we're going to conclude this week of studying Hosea and Joel with kind of a fun little cheesy video. I want to start you off with a little video here. In fact, if you're listening to our podcast here, you may want to go over to YouTube. There's a link in the podcast notes that will take you to that video. It's on YouTube. You could also see it on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page. But it's an old cheesy seminary video back in the day. In fact, if you're a little bit more mature, you will remember this. It's like the late 80s for the seminary curriculum, and it came with Joel chapters 2 and 3 or so about the great and dreadful day of the Lord. It is about a piano recital, and I think you'll appreciate this. So watch this, and then we'll come back and finish it up.
Good, Jenny, good. Now, let's get started on the recital piece. Here it is. Look at it carefully. Take it slowly. Okay, Alan, you've got to have a lot more practice before the recital. This is a tape of your number. Try listening to this as your practice. This is the way it's supposed to sound.
Alan, you're supposed to be practicing the piano. You have less than a month to get ready for the recital.
I don't want to be in that stupid recital.
You're not getting out of it, young man. You agreed to this when you started lessons, so get up and get practicing.
Don't worry about it, Mom. I'll do it after school.
Alan, I'm leaving now. Don't forget to practice.
Okay, Mom. I'll do some key work while you're gone.
Top of the key. Championship game. Down by 1. And he wins the championship!
Was that cheesy? Absolutely. Was there a good message too? Absolutely. Because again, we're talking about this idea of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. For some people, it's going to be great. For other people, it's going to be terrible. Just like the recital. If you've practiced this entire time and made the decision to do that, it's going to be a great time. Are you going to be nervous? Yes, but you're going to be prepared. If you're not prepared, it's going to be a scary time period. So you go into chapter 3, and there's a couple verses I want to focus on here that I think are super interesting, kind of along the lines of this piano recital. You go to verse number 14. It's talking about this time period previous to that final judgment and that where we get the millennium. Verse 14, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Now, this valley of decision, isn't that an interesting phrase? It makes it sound like you and I have a choice here. Agency is a key element of why we're here on this earth. And you and I can decide what kind of day that's going to be, if it's going to be great or if it's going to be very terrible. Verse 16, the Lord shall also roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel, which is why it is so crucial for you and I to build a relationship with him right now. A couple quotes that I think will be interesting with this. So President Nelson has talked a lot about this. If you want to have an interesting study of the conference talks, look up President Nelson, but search for the word decide and decision. There's some cool things there. In fact, one that he said that I thought was cool, he said, each day is a day of decision, and our decisions determine our destiny. So every single day we need to make those decisions. Now you also know, and I'm not trying to clarify President Nelson's word, I know that what he said is true. However, in this last conference, Elder Anderson said something interesting about decisions. He said, as we know very well, having faith in Jesus Christ and being a true disciple is more than a one-time decision, more than a one-time event. It is a sacred, ongoing process that grows and expands through the seasons of our lives, continuing until we kneel at his feet. Now, one of the things that I've often said, I've said this to my children a lot, and they know that we talk about this, is there are some decisions that you only need to make once. And once you've made that decision, it becomes easier to have others. Again, that idea of becoming a disciple. It's like waiting, if you waited every single week to be able to say, I wonder if I'm going to go to church today. What a stressful time period that's going to be for you. You make the decision once to be a disciple of Jesus Christ. And then those other decisions, when you are in that valley of decision, it's going to be an easy decision for you to make because you've already made that decision. It's like the piano playing. You make the decision that you're going to practice. I think you're going to be okay. I really do. Anyway, I hope this message has been helpful to you, and I hope you've enjoyed the books of Hosea and Joel as we've studied this week and recognized the importance of our relationship with the Lord and to continue that decision to keep following him. He has already made the decision that he is choosing you. You and I need to make sure we choose him as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for sharing these messages. We love that you do that. Check out our amazingly comfortable gospel themed socks if you haven't already at bombsocks.com. Godspeed, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.